There is a version of you the world will never see. No applause, no camera, no motivational post, no proof. Just you and the silence. Most people only perform discipline when somebody is watching. They need validation, the reaction, the evidence. But the ghost session is different. The ghost session is where identity is forged. 2:43 a.m., cold room, heavy eyes, no dopamine left. No audience waiting. Nobody checking if you quit. And that's exactly why it matters. Because when external reward disappears, truth appears. That's where character stops being theory. That's where weakness becomes visible. Not to the world, to you. The modern world has created millions of performers and very few warriors. Everybody wants to look disciplined. Few want to become disciplined. Everybody posts the workout. Few survive the isolation required to transform. They want the aesthetic of greatness without the loneliness of greatness. But elite discipline was never built in public. It was built in silence, in repetition, in darkness and boredom, in resistance. When the nervous system begs for comfort, and you continue anyway. That's the ghost session. The unseen war. And the reason most people never evolve is because they mistake motivation for commitment. Motivation is emotional, discipline is contractual. Motivation disappears with mood, discipline survives without emotion. That's why the ghost session is sacred, because you are operating without emotional fuel. No hype, no inspiration, no external stimulation. Only principle, only standards, only the decision that you do not negotiate with weakness anymore. Most humans are controlled by emotional weather. If they feel good, they move. If they feel tired, they stop. If life becomes uncomfortable, they collapse. But elite individuals train a different system. They stop asking, how do I feel? And start asking, what must be done? That question changes everything, because now discipline is no longer dependent on emotion. It becomes identity. And identity is powerful. A person who tries to be disciplined will fail eventually. A person who believes, I am the type of person who executes regardless, becomes dangerous. That's why the ghost session matters more than public victories. Anybody can perform intensity temporarily, but can you sustain effort inside emptiness? Can you continue without recognition? Can you execute when nobody would ever know if you stopped? That is the real test. The dark room, the empty road, the freezing morning, the final set, the extra hour, the study session nobody celebrates, the business built in obscurity. That is where uncommon people are created. The world sees the result later, but they never see the becoming. They never see the thousands of silent decisions that created the visible outcome. Average people misunderstand greatness. They only see the surface. The championship, the physique, the money, the confidence, the power. They don't see the ghost sessions. The nights where quitting felt rational. The mornings where exhaustion felt permanent. The moments where the brain whispered, skip today. You deserve rest. One time won't matter. But the elite know something ordinary people never learn. Every ignored standard weakens identity. Every kept promise strengthens it, and identity compounds. One decision becomes a pattern. The pattern becomes behavior. Behavior becomes reputation. Reputation becomes destiny. The ghost session is where destiny shifts quietly. No dramatic music, no cinematic lighting. Just a human being deciding that weakness will no longer lead. That decision is spiritual. Because modern society trains dependency. Dependency on entertainment, dependency on comfort, dependency on approval. But isolation reveals autonomy. When you sit alone with discomfort long enough, you discover whether your mind belongs to you. Most people never test this. They distract themselves instantly. Noise, scrolling, consumption, escapism. Anything to avoid silence. Because silence exposes unfinished battles, but warriors enter silence intentionally. That's why the 25 Hz atmosphere matters. The low frequency strips away distraction. It creates pressure, weight, focus. The bass becomes psychological gravity, not music conditioning. You are training your nervous system to remain stable inside pressure. That is mental toughness. Not screaming motivation, not fake confidence, not social media aggression. Real toughness is calm endurance. The ability to continue without emotional reward. The ability to maintain standards inside isolation. The ability to remain dangerous without being seen. That's power. And the strange thing about the ghost session is this. At first, it feels lonely, but eventually it becomes freedom. Because once you no longer need witnesses, nobody can control your effort anymore. You become internally driven, self-generated, independent from applause. That's when discipline evolves into sovereignty. Now your standards belong to you, not your followers, not your friends, not society. You stop performing excellence. You start living it privately. And private excellence always becomes public eventually. Not immediately, but inevitably. Because consistency leaves fingerprints. The body changes, the eyes change, the energy changes, the posture changes, the presence changes. People notice something different, but they can't explain it because they didn't see the construction phase. They only encountered the finished architecture. So when the world sleeps tonight and silence fills the room, and nobody would ever know whether you stopped. Remember this. The unseen repetitions still count. The invisible effort still matters. The private standards still shape destiny. Welcome to the ghost session. Nobody is coming. Nobody is watching. Good. Now we find out who you really are.